Good luck, Robert. Rocket seems to be the only engine that's been able to pass the trials so far. Well, said Rocket, that's because you don't want to tell them, Rocket, said Robert. Oh, sorry, said Rocket. What do you not want to tell us, said the judges. Oh, nothing. Come on, Rocket. Time to steam off. Oh, yes, said Rocket. Goodbye, it's time to entertain the crowd, said Rocket. Goodbye, they both said the judges. And Rocket steams down the line. This seems very impressive, said Rocket. Well, you are meant to be entertaining the crowd, said Robert. How true, said Rocket. The two of them were enjoying themselves. They were enjoying their ride. Rocket steamed up and down the line and kept the crowd very entertained. My mum said, one of the kids watching, that engine sure is entertaining, isn't he? Yes, he is. He's probably my favourite. Well, he's also my favourite, said the mother, as the two kept on watching Rocket going back and forth, back and forth. Rocket ran for an hour and 32 minutes. An hour and 2 minutes to be exact, until he was finally brought to a stop at the end of the line. Rainhill saw an engine he was not expecting to see for another couple of days. Novelty, said Rocket. You're back. Yes, I am, said Novelty. And I'm ready to do my jobs again. Apparently not only my bellows burst, but I also received damage to a boiler pipe. Oh dear, said Rocket. I was not expecting you to return, however, for another couple of days, since you needed to get repaired, and those engines take time. Same here, but I was able to be repaired, and I'm ready to do my trains, said Novelty. Quite right, said the judges. Rocket, you will be put on display while Novelty does the jobs for the rest of the day. He needs to do his runs. Okay, sir, said Rocket. Don't feel bad, Rocket, said Novelty. We'll have to wait before we do our jobs. Isn't that right, Erickson and Braithwaite? Said Novelty. That's right, they both said. I suppose you're right, Novelty. We can't all do our jobs at the same time. Well then, time to pull my train? I guess it's another passenger train, said Novelty. It's actually not that, Novelty, said the judges. You'll be pulling some trucks. The crowd wants to see you puffing back and forth today. They want to see you in your full looks since you've returned. Oh, okay, said Novelty. Say, is Somperay? Why is Somperay not here? Said Novelty. Ah, his boiler began to leak, said Rocket. Oh dear, he'll take a while to get repaired, won't he? Said Novelty. Yes, he will, said Rocket. I don't expect to see him for another couple of days. But then I was prepared this fast, so I can't eat, said Novelty. I suppose you're right, said Rocket. Anyways, here's the trucks, said Rocket. Thank you, said Novelty, as he steams on to get the trucks. Soon Rocket and Novelty swapped positions. Right, you, Erickson and Braithwaite, are you both ready? The judges said. Yes, we are ready to do the runs. You will go up and down the line many times, said the judges, like how Rocket did yesterday. Okay, sir, said Novelty. And Novelty slowly steamed out of the station. Novelty, as he steams up and down the line, kept on seeing the same people that said that Rocket was their favourite engine on the trials. He overheard them saying that he didn't belong on the railway. While they liked him, they thought he didn't belong on the railway because he was based off a fire engine, and they think he should have been stuck to the roads, not on the rails. While Novelty tried to ignore it, he did understand that he didn't look much like a steam engine at all. He thought that Sombre and the other engines, apart from Cyclopede, looked more suited for railways than he did. As Novelty steamed up and down the line from 10 AM to 12 PM, he couldn't stop thinking about those people. He knew they were right, and he knew he didn't belong on railways for how odd his design was compared to the other competitors, but he knew that he was at least able to compete. All fans of Novelty were at the station, even some people that weren't fans of Novelty came to congratulate him on the Ericsson and Braithwaite at least came to congratulate them on their runs on that day. However, Novelty couldn't help but feel left out. He saw the two people that preferred Rocket, and he talked to them. Hello, he said. Hello, said the mother and the kid. I'm sorry, if not trying to sound rude, but it seems that you agree that I don't belong on railways, said Novelty. Oh, well, we might not agree on that. We do think you have the potential on being good on this railway, or at least on the Liverpool and Manchester railway. You may be light rated and might not even be strong enough to do some of the jobs on that railway, but we do think that you do stand a chance. Not only on your speed, but even if all the engines fail, and you fail as well, and it comes down to people voting, I'm sure you will be voted the most. Well, we are, said the two people. Novelty smiled. He realised that just because he was a fire engine on rails, he realised that it did not mean that just because he was a fire engine on rails, it didn't mean that he was useless as a locomotive. Rocket even overheard it, and he was happy for Novelty. Well done, Novelty, said Rocket. Thank you, said Novelty. I thought they just didn't like me. Well, some people may not like you the best, but a lot of people do respect you, even if they don't think you're the best. Novelty was happy. He realised that just because he was not the favourite of others did not mean that he could not be liked by others. And this was a thing that he kept with him for the rest of his days. Anyways, so the judges, now that Novelty has completed these runs, we'll be putting the two locomotives on display until we can get them out again. So do feel free to just explore around them and see their special designs, said the judges. Well, said Novelty, this will be interesting. Same here, said Rocket. I've not been put on display before, unless you count yesterday. Yes, none of us have been put on display properly before, I think. Well, unless you count us just waiting for our turns to be moved. Laughed Rocket. I suppose so, said Novelty. Okay, everyone. We'll be putting them on display for now until we can get any of these engines back into working order. we'll expect Rocket to start off again tomorrow, but that's depending on your decisions on who you all want to have going first in coaches, said the judges. It's gonna be me, said Novelty. I'm the fan favourite. I suppose so, said Rocket. So at 3:30 p.m, Novelty set out with passengers to steam along the line and give them rides across the line for a while. He went back and forth about 5 times. And Novelty enjoyed the ride. As he steamed along the line, he happily was quiet, listening to nature and to the puffing that he let out. And, well, until Slumber Bay got back, Rocket and Novelty for the night. Well, they had a nice little chat, but the two were happy that Novelty had returned back to the trials. This now gave Rocket some competition, which the Stevensons were not happy about. No engine had been disqualified.